new priests have been ordained and added to the existing number of priests in the Diocese of Boya recently, plus at least 200 persons have been killed after airstrikes hit communities in northern East Nigeria, with authorities yet to confirm the full extent of the damage. And a sports working group known as the Cameroon Road Safety Foundation Boya has locked horns with the Gentleman Club of Boya Southwest Region. This and more will be yours in a few minutes to come. Welcome to News Hour on Royal TV. I am Sharon today for presentation. 8 new priests have been ordained and added to the existing number of priests in the Diocese of Boya. The ordination ceremony took place recently at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral, Moliko, Boya, under a solemn mass officiated by His Lordship Michael Bibi, the Bishop of the Diocese of Boya. Details in the following report with Frida Lena Voma.
Catholic faithful of the Boya Diocese have been called upon to travel to Bamenda to give a pontifical welcome to Pope Leo XIV as one of the stop points of his visit to Cameroon from April 15 to April 18, 2026. The call was made by the Bishop of the Boya Diocese, His Lordship Bishop Michael Bibi, during the ordination of 8 new priests at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral in Moliko recently. Given that Pope Leo's visit is coming on the second week of Easter, a season filled with hope of the risen Christ, Bishop Michael Bibi told Christians the Diocese of Boya has put in place different committees to facilitate travels and accommodation of delegates chosen from different choirs, prayer groups, parishes, and deaneries across the diocese.
Because we master Jesus Christ, he don't jump up and die. Within this, the context of this ordination, we have to be glad because we know people have a Roman. They just in 2 days. Next week, this very time, so people there for the Western province of Bamenda, all these guys will be there today in order to celebrate with Papa, with the prayer to this visit, where Papa the woman will make them. This new for them way without them today. We continue to talk about reconciliation and justice and peace for inside the community, to bring people together, to talk about forgiveness.
In order to have a solemn liturgy, several choristers have been selected from the 5 dioceses of the Bamenda Ecclesiastical Province to participate in the singing of the Pontifical Mass, with Boya Diocese expecting to provide some choristers as well. Dr. Tamejud is the coordinator of choirs in the Boya Diocese. For the past 1 month, he has been supervising training sessions of choristers from different choirs, selected from all the parishes and deaneries in the diocese.
Expected to provide choristers. We are anticipating having a 600-man choir in Bamenda at that mass to be celebrated by the Pope, and we're to provide 70 choristers from the Diocese of Boya. So we have the Diocese of Boya mapped out into 9 deaneries. Now these 9 deaneries have been grouped into zones. We have the zone that has Bota and Limbe deaneries. That's the first zone to provide 30 choristers. The second zone with Mutengane and Tiko deaneries to provide 25 choristers. Then we have the third zone made up of Boya deanery, Moliko deanery, and Monya deanery to provide 30 choristers.
Pope Leo XIV will be arriving Cameroon on Wednesday, April 15, where he will be received by the President of the Republic on that same day. Also, he is expected to visit Bamenda the next day, Thursday, April 16, and Douala, 17th of April, making a total of 3 regions of the 3 ecclesiastical provinces to visit in Cameroon.
Thank you very much, Frida Lena Voma, for that report. 3 chefs have taken over the crown as amazing cooks following their selection at the just-ended 2nd edition of the Pekfest Festival, which rounded up over the weekend at the Boya Moliko Omi Sports Stadium. Details in the following reports with Lima Truth Mojoko.
Expectations fills the room, but only 3 walk away victoriously. The 2nd edition of Pekfest wrapped up on Friday night with an award ceremony celebrating the best in the kitchen. This was on the 11th of April 2026, and it was aimed in honoring resilience, precision, and determination throughout the competition. This year marked the 2nd edition of the competition, as many contestants arrived hoping to claim the crown as the best chef. The awards kicked off with appreciation remarks from the delegate of Youth Affairs representative.
I want to start on behalf of the regional delegate by thanking the organizers, notably the Plastico Express Group.
At the end of the award night, 3 chefs out of the 12 that started at the beginning and 5 at the finals emerged as winners. Ngo Emmanuel Wu emerged first winner, and Fombang Jr. explained their challenges and excitement at the end of the competition.
Well, I'm really excited. Because at first I was like, am I really going to do it for this competition? Should I register for it? After I sat down and said, no, cooking is my passion. Let me go in for it. I feel good. I feel excited. The first day I was not really competitive, but after that I felt that spirit of competition. Yeah, and I said, let me just adapt to it and see where it brought me to be the 2nd finalist in the cooking competition.
The CEO, Dr. Acha Prince, expressed joy and appreciation despite all the ups and downs they have encountered throughout the organization. In his words, they look forward for an increase in the cash prize to 1 million come 2027.
Yeah, next year we'll be pushing the cash prize up to 1 million. For the event, it has really been going well, even though we have some shortcomings because of the weather, but we thank God that finally we succeeded in what we came here for.
The Cameroon Cultural and Development Assembly, Kamkuda, founded in 2014 with the objective of promoting peace and sustainable development, has successfully hosted the 2026 edition of the Miss Crown of Peace. The event, marking the 12th edition of the pageant, brought together key stakeholders to celebrate culture, unity, and community-driven progress. Details in the following report with Claudia Voma.
Are doing on the field, on the grassroots. It is because the national president of our nation,
guided by its 3 foundational pillars: cultural integration, capacity building, and the Farmers Empowerment Scheme, Kamkuda continues to play a vital role in fostering social cohesion and grassroots development. Speaking during the event, the vision bearer of Kamkuda underscored the organization's evolution, highlighting the transition from Mefkuda to Kamkuda. He explained that the change in appellation reflects a broader vision aimed at inclusivity, cultural promotion, and sustainable impact across diverse communities.
The African Union preaches peace. Government of Cameroon preaches peace. So Kamkuda preaching peace should not be news. Anyway, Kamkuda has got 3 key strategies: cultural integration, capacity building, and the Farmers Empowerment Scheme. We are here today for cultural integration. Yesterday we did capacity building with schools. And we say that by bringing us together at 4 a.m. in the morning, as it is happening now, does not only teach us to coalesce socially together peacefully, but it also makes us to understand the importance of our popular culture, which is beauty.
Also present was the representative of the Minister of Arts and Culture, who doubles as the divisional delegate for Arts and Culture for the Ocean Division in Kribi. In her address, she praised Kamkuda's efforts in promoting culture as a tool for peace building and national development, while encouraging continued support for initiatives that empower young people.
Relevé en couleur, relevé en beauté. Nous avons vu la promotion, nous avons vu les 4 ailes culturelles représentées à une seule cérémonie. Nous avons vu un comité d'organisation engagé à soutenir les valeurs très chères au chef de l'État, son Excellence Kobia, c'est-à-dire la paix, c'est-à-dire la promotion du vivre ensemble, la promotion de l'unité et la diversité culturelle.
In her acceptance speech, Miss Crown of Peace 2026, Belvani Makane, expressed profound gratitude, noting that the crown represents more than beauty, it is a responsibility to serve. She described the platform as an opportunity to make meaningful contributions to the society and inspire positive change.
I feel very honored to be given this task because it's a task to me. Having the crown is the opportunity to serve and the opportunity to implement projects. So this is very touching to me and I am very honored and grateful for this opportunity.
The statements from the event reflected a shared commitment to service, cultural pride and development as Kamkuda continues to expand its influence through impactful programs that uplift community and promote lasting peace.
The Ministry of Secondary Education has postponed the third-term resumption for the year 2025-2026 academic year to Monday, April 27, 2026. But its counterpart of the basic education sector has maintained for April 20, 2026. The shift is to accommodate the national finals of the FENASCO League A Games, which has been moved to April 19 to 2026 in Bafoussam and Bagante. Details in the following reports with Natalie Juma.
In a statement issued on April 9, 2026, the Minister of Secondary Education, Professor Nalova Lyonga, announced the postponement of the national finals of the FENASCO League A Games. The games have been scheduled for April 19 to 26, 2026. As a result, the resumption of classes for the third term for secondary schools has been pushed, but the date remains unchanged for pupils in the primary sector throughout the national territory. For the primary sector, the Minister of Basic Education, Professor Laurent Seshetundingoa, has confirmed that the start of the third term for nursery and primary schools in Cameroon has been maintained for Monday, April 20th, 2026 at 7:30 a.m. The FENASCO League A Games, originally scheduled for this Easter's holiday, will now take place from the 18th of June 2026 in the town of Garoua in the North region. Behind this adjustment lies a major event, the visit of Pope Leo XVI, who is expected to be in Cameroon from April 15 to the 18th, 2026. Upon arrival in Yaoundé on April 15, the head of the Catholic Church is scheduled to begin his tour that will take him to Bamenda, chief town of the Northwest region, as well as the economic capital city of Douala, where several official meetings and religious celebrations have been planned. In this context, authorities have sought to avoid any clash between these high-profile visits and nationwide school activities. Both the organization of the school games and the reopening of classes had to take into account the logistical, security and public mobilization demands associated with the papal's visit. In this note, education stakeholders have been instructed to arrange catch-up classes to maintain academic progress. Meanwhile, education officials in the Southwest region have been tasked with ensuring catch-up classes are organized to maintain academic standards throughout the season.
In the same light, we take you over to this press release from the Ministry of Secondary Education, where the Minister of Secondary Education, Professor Nalova Lyonga, issued a press release setting a change in the resumption dates of secondary schools for the third term. Now let's have a read of that communique. Upon the approval of the Prime Minister, Head of Government, Chief Dr. Joseph John Gute, the Minister of Secondary Education, hereby informs the educational community that the national finals of FENASCO League A games, initially scheduled to take place from 8th to the 15th of April 2026, will now take place from the 19th to the 26th of April 2026 in Bafoussam and Bagate. As a result, the resumption of classes for the third term of the 2025-2026 academic year will be on Monday, the 27th of April 2026. In this regard, the Minister of Secondary Education calls on all regional delegates of secondary education to take the necessary measures to ensure effective monitoring and proper implementation of catch-up classes in all secondary schools and guarantee the respect of school calendar. The minister further calls on principals, teachers, students, and parents to strictly adhere to these provisions in order to ensure the smooth continuation of the academic year 2025-2026, signed by the Minister of Secondary Education, Professor Nalova Lyunga. We take you over to our political desk. Cameroon is in mourning following the passing of one of its most enduring political figures, Marsenyat Difenji, the first ever president of the Cameroon Senate and a long-time technocrat, has died at the age of 91. Details in the following reports with Mwambo Williams.
Marsenyat Difenji belonged to the generation of post-independence builders. Born on October 26, 1934 in Bagante, West Region of Cameroon, he was trained as an engineer of roads and bridges. Graduated from the prestigious École Supérieure Électricité Supélec in Paris, France in 1960. He was appointed and served from 1974 to 1984 as Director General of then Sonel, National Electricity Company, now ENIO. During these 10 years, he oversaw key energy projects including the construction of the Songlulu hydroelectricity dam. However, his career took a dramatic turn on April 6, 1984, when rebellious soldiers of the Republican Guard attempted to overthrow President Paul Biya. Marsenyat Difenji was arrested and incarcerated in the Kondenge Central Prison, suspected of providing the plotters with maps of the electricity grid, a charge he denied. Despite the accusation, Nyat was released on December 8, 1989 and cleared of charges, demonstrating remarkable resilience. Worth of note is that the coup was led by Captain Ibrahim Saleh. Marsenyat Difenji was arrested and detained alongside high-ranking officials including Issa Chiroma Bakari, Daikole Daisala, Marafa Amidou Yaya, Luke Ayang, former Speaker of the National Assembly, Victor Ayisi Vondo, former Minister of Youth and Sports. Despite the accusation, Nyat was released on December 8, 1989 and cleared of charges, demonstrated remarkable resilience. In September 1989, he was reinstated as Director General of Sonel and later as Minister of Planning and Territorial Administration between 1990 and 1991. He served as Deputy Prime Minister of Mines, Water and Energy and later was reappointed Director General of Sonel from 1992 to 2001, after which he served as Mayor of Bagante in the West Region of Cameroon. In 2013, when the Senate was finally created, he was appointed by President Paul Biya as Senator and later elected as first Senate President, where he served for 13 years. In his final years, his public appearances became rare. In a managed transition, he was replaced as Senate President by Aboubakary Abdoulaye, signaling the end of his 13 years regime. On April 11, 2026, Marsenyat Difenji passed away in Yaoundé at the age of 91, marking the end of a successful political career.
And now onto our foreign page. At least 200 persons have been killed after air strikes hit communities in northeast Nigeria, with authorities yet to confirm the full extent of the damage. Plus, a tragic stampede at a fort in Haiti has left at least 30 people dead, as officials investigate the circumstances surrounding the incident. Details in the following report with Natalie Juma.
Dozens of persons have died in airstrikes in Nigeria's northeastern Yobe state as military aircraft hunted Boko Haram jihadis, local residents and Amnesty International reviewed on Sunday. The airstrikes occurred on Saturday and the death toll differed according to the sources. Amnesty International reviewed that there were more than 100 dead and 35 persons seriously wounded, while local chief added that over 200 were dead and wounded. Africa's most populous country has been fighting the jihadist insurgents for over 17 years since Boko Haram's 2009 uprising, which has seen the emergence of powerful splinter groups, including Islamic State West Africa province. While the insurgents is concentrated in the northeastern countryside, jihadists from Nigeria and the neighboring Sahel have made inroads in western Nigeria, where organized crime gangs known as bandits have been raiding villages and extorting farmers and artisanal miners for years. A stampede at the mountain-top fortress Popular Tourist in northern Haiti has killed at least 30 persons and injured dozens of others, according to authorities, revising an earlier higher number of fatalities. Municipal authorities in the city of Cap Haitien, in a statement, reviewed that Saturday's stampede in Milot resulted in numerous cases of asphyxiation, trampling and loss of consciousness. Authorities equally say the dozens of people who attended traditional festivities at the historical site were taken to hospitals, while many others were reported missing. According to preliminary information, a situation of severe overcrowding linked in particular to deficiency in crowd management measures triggered the stampede. The Haitian National Police, in a separate statement, added that it had opened an investigation to demand the exact cause of the incident. The investigations led authorities to update the death toll to 25 fatalities. Autopsies were underway on Sunday. Police revealed that 30 people remained hospitalized as at now. Benin began counting ballots Sunday after a presidential election that could extend a decade of economic growth while testing the country's democratic balance. Finance Minister Romuald Wadagni is the fortuner to succeed outgoing President Patrice Talon, who is stepping down after 2 terms. Electoral Commission Chief Saka Lafia reviewed voting was calm overall, though civil society monitors reported about 100 incidents, including early openings and suspiciously full ballot boxes. Despite nearly 8 million eligible voters, turnout appeared modest in several polling stations visited in Cotonou. The main opposition party failed to fuel a candidate, fueling frustrations among voters and raising concerns about political inclusiveness.
Thank you very much, Natalie Juma, for that report. And now onto our sports page. A sports working group known as the Cameroon's Road Safety Foundation, Boya, has locked horns with the Gentleman Club of Boya, Southwest region of Cameroon. The football clash, which took place at the Boya Town Stadium, ended in a 4-4 draw for both sides, as Onorin Cheng reports.
The Cameroon Road Safety Foundation CAROSAF Working Group and the Gentlemen Club recently met over the weekend in a friendly football encounter that ended in a 4-4 tie. The first goal scorer of the clash owes his goal to teamwork.
For the goal you saw, it was team sport, like I said, it was team spirit, but yet again, you could see the individual brilliance. I think the talents are still there.
After his teammates equalized, the goalkeeper for the Gentlemen Club conceded another goal.
We were relatively the stronger side. And as you know, a series of changes were done, and the game changed a little bit, and they equalized one, and they put a lot of energy together and had the second equalization, making it 2-2.
Going by the captain of the Gentlemen Football Club, Fokobo Atut Lionel is proud of his man squad.
I was very, very impressed because regularly we do walks, we don't do football games, and today I was impressed because it's not normal for us to have games, outdoor games like football and stuff like that. But today I was really impressed, so it was a good game, it was a wonderful encounter. Both sides put up a good show.
Coach Bando Longale, who officiated the football match pass, encouraged more of such friendly encounters because it is good for the health and well-being of men of such age groups nearing their mid-40s and the mid-50s. The heated football encounter ended with a 2-2 draw by the end of the first half and yet another 2-2 tie within the second half.
I love the way the young men played. For the first part of the whole thing is they are young people. Their ages is from about 35 to let's say 60, and which is a very good thing health-wise. It's nice to make exercises like this, keeping fit. I encourage it so much.
There is truly never such an encounter without sharing a common meal. The Karosaf Walking Group practices walking on a weekly basis every Saturday morning for health reasons, as their captain emphasizes.
Football is a game that unites people together, not only in Boya, Cameroon as a whole. You know, football has done a lot in terms of group, but we look at soccer like a unifying game.
I would encourage us to do more of football than work.
Boya, just like Cameroon, is full of football lovers. From disagreements to falls and fouls, all is well that ends well at the Boya Town Stadium.
8 new priests have been ordained and added to the existing number of priests in the Diocese of Boya recently. Plus, at least 200 persons have been killed after airstrikes hit communities in northeast Nigeria, with authorities yet to confirm the full extent of the damage. And a sports working group known as the Cameroon Road Safety Foundation Boya has locked horns with the Gentleman Club of Boya Southwest region. So dear viewers of Royal TV, it is on this note that we wrap up our news for today. The news was produced by Natalie Juma, technically assisted by David Sita, and for presentation I am Sharon Sita. Good night.
Innovating